So over the past few years, past few months, whatever it may be, we've had a lot of gaming companies and game devs and game directors and whatnot come out and show how out of touch they are with society. For example, we had Blizzard who turned around and said, "What, don't you guys have mobile phones?" when talking about people complaining about Diablo Immortal coming out on mobile. We had EA Battlefield dev come out, or dev director, whatever it was, CEO, whatever, come out and say, for example, "What, don't like the game? Don't buy it." To which the community largely responded, "Okay, we won't." And there has been a whole series of this, what I'd like to call anti-gaming or anti-community that has been led. And now the Xbox, which annoys the absolute crap out of me because I have one of their consoles literally an arm's way away from me. I am a huge fan of the Xbox. And now we have the Xbox VIP come out saying that gamers are whiny. This is literally a case of, for example, EA with Battlefield saying, "Gamers don't like our game, don't buy it," and Xbox literally turning around saying, "Hey, you managed to single-handedly crush your game launch. Don't worry, we don't have anything coming out soon, like a new Xbox, for example. Hold my beer, we got this. We can do a better job at killing our software or our franchise." Like, oh my frigging god, Xbox, did you not learn anything from EA? Have you not learned anything over the past months where every other game dev that has tried this has had to A, backflip, B, try and double down, and C, seen their gaming software, hardware, whatever it may be, fail spectacularly? Now, look, at the end of the day, obviously we have the new Xbox supposedly coming out next year. How many people is this going to turn off when you start turning around saying that gamers are whiny? And at the end of the day, I kind of think people have a lot to whine about when it comes to Anthem, for example. You know, I'm not going to do this hang on. Now, I was going to say, I'm not going to do the step where hang on. Now, like I said, I'm not going to do this step where, for fuck's sake. You get the idea? There are problems in Anthem. Huge problems. Loading screens is a problem. If a reviewer who normally goes through and reviews games not because of the profit, but because they like the gaming industry or they have a passion for the gaming industry, turns around and says this game has a problem or two, best not call them whiny. Maybe think of something that might fix the problem. Like, I don't know, object container streaming. Star Citizen, for example, we can fly through planets, solar systems, go down on a planet, land, get out, do anything. And we don't have a loading screen. But Anthem has 3 loading screens within minutes of each other. Like, this does not seem like it's progress at all. It seems like EA is literally taking us back. But I don't want to rant about Anthem. Let's talk about this. So, Xbox VIP comes under heavy fire after calling out Anthem reviewers for whining. Due to hit the shelves this week, fans from Due to hit the shelves this week, fans from all over are ramping up the excitement for the next BioWare's famous legacy. Reviewers are coming out in the yang ying and early criticism along with it, but not are all enthusiastic with it. The search they're seeing so far. Some might say the critiques out there are a bit of an Start again, scrap again. But I don't want to talk about this all day. Let's jump into the actual story. Xbox VIP comes under heavy fire after calling out Anthem reviewers for whining. Due to hit the shelves this week, fans from all over are ramping up the excitement for the next in BioWare's famous legacy. Reviewers are coming out in the yin and yang and early criticism along with it, but not all enthusiastic with what they're seeing so far. Some might say the critiques out there are a bit of an overreaction. I don't think they are, but regardless. Not unlike Xbox Mr. VP, Mike Ybarra, I'm getting that name wrong. In light of recent industry takes on BioWare's latest AAA title, Ybarra wasn't as far as assert their appraisal as Whining. The review in question isn't revealed, but the VP had a few choice words to explain about the current trend of reviews. See below. And what he actually wrote. This was actually very easy to do. Amazing Whining, the one reviewer, not the below, reviewed the game, yet in the review he cited he couldn't even know how to do a combo. Embarrassing to review a game with such a lack of knowledge. Now his comments essentially questioned the validity of a few reviewers of Anthem. Whether or not you agree with Ybarra or not, one thing, but to label some gamers as whiny, needless to say, his words didn't sit well with a number of people. And it's not a number of people that actually had a problem with this, it's game reviewers. People who actually work in the industry, who are literally left-wing Twitter verified people, mind you. But anyway, this is terrible, uninformative take. The needless aggressive. The video game journalists did not make much money. They are in the roles because they love the games, loving writing about them, and are good at it. Your take was essentially just get good is stupid. Oh, come on. Really? If someone's critique a game is unclear to the person that plays as many games as a reviewer, remember that onboarding and tutorializations are our job. This is a bad take and a bad look, seriously. Someone else. Damn, that sounds like the devs fucked up on hiding key information from the players. But sure, blame the writers for not knowing the game. Of course, some folks sided with the Xbox VP's take on Anthem gameplay. Not all gamers are meant to hold your hand through the entirety of it. There might be a learning curve and some purposefully after a challenge in terms of combat mechanics. With what this said, start again. Of course, some folks sided with the VP's take on Anthem gameplay. Not all games are meant to hold your hand through the entirety of it. There might be a learning curve, and some purposefully offer a challenge in terms of combat mechanics. With that said, there is a certain level of expectation that comes from being hailed a AAA studio like BioWare and publishing by corporate giant Electronic Arts. As a matter of fact, the developers seem to have taken heed to the honest criticism for the game community, and they're already announcing a massive one-day patch, which is set to go live right before the launch. In the end, we want to know what you think about the VIP, blah, blah, blah. Now, obviously, since then, he has gone through and he has walked this comment back. And we'll put that tweet up on the screen right here. He wrote, Def should also read reviews from your favorite sites, journalists as input. Many things to look at to help determine if you will like or dislike a particular game. I reference many of them all the time for my own decision making. The more the better. So he's basically turning around saying, here, look, I use a lot of reviews for my stuff. Try and get a balanced and mixed review, or reviews, so that you know what the game is actually like. And look, at the end of the day, it's sort of a way of him walking it back without really walking it back per se. He really hasn't come out and said, look, sorry I was tone deaf, or sorry I was wrong, or whatever it may be. Look, I'm not saying gamers aren't whiny. I'm just simply saying that especially at the past few months, we've had a lot of game devs, a lot of gaming companies, a lot of peripheral devices, whatever it may be, come out and literally show how out of touch they are with the community that they supposedly support. Now, this is a Xbox VP, a vice president, or yeah, vice president of Xbox. You think he would be more in touch with the community, considering Xboxes have this reputation, for example, of being very community driven, more than PlayStation anyway. So at the end of the day, I was really shocked about this, and I was like, oh god, here's another one. Here is another large corporate conglomerate who literally has zero in touch with their corporate base, has zero in touch with their customer base, and is literally anti-consumer to a certain point. To me, this is just, it's a bullshit attitude to have. And when the left literally call you out for it on Twitter, you know you've pissed a lot of people off. But I don't know, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on what he said? Do you think at the end of the day that gamers are whiny? Do you think at the end of the day that this was just a bad decision making? Was it him being a little tone deaf to the consumer base? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great day and enjoy.